Former Spartan Mylan Hicks was killed while playing professionally in Canada. In his honor, Michigan State wearing black shoes, black socks, and the number 6 on the back of their helmets. We are underway. It will be Michigan State starting on offense. Indiana won the coin toss. They deferred the decision to the second half. So Tyler O'Connor and Michigan State will start with the ball.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of interesting. You know, you think about Indiana, they're so good offensively. Now their defense is better this year, but they must have some confidence. They deferred, they put their defense out right away.
Yeah, you'd think that Kevin Wilson in that offense would want that ball as many times as they can get it.
He's kind of, give me the ball, you know. Give me, I'll do something with it. Can't stop him, give it to me.
Tyler O'Connor has never lost a game as a starting quarterback on the road, and he's won in Columbus, Ohio, and he's won in South Bend, Indiana. He starts by handing it off. This is L.J. Scott trying to power forward to no avail. No gain. T. Scales and others on the tackle. Ralph Green in the mix as well.
You know, for me, that's the key to this game for Indiana. First and foremost, defensively, they've got to stop the run, because Mark D'Antonio and the Spartans, when they run the football, and that's what they want to do, if they run it for better than 200 yards, they're going to win the football game.
Michigan State offensively, of course, playing this season with a new quarterback. Connor Cook is gone. This is where they rank in the Big Ten out of the 14 teams. Those are numbers that they're not familiar with. In recent years, this has been a high-powered offense, both on the ground and through the air. O'Connor's first pass is caught. That's R.J. Shelton, and he slips down that sideline out across the 35. Good gain. Pickup of 12.
Well, you look at R.J. Shelton. I mean, he's a kind of a go-to guy. He had 8 receptions last week against, Wisconsin. He doesn't only carry the ball. Look for him on jet sweeps and reverses and things like that for him to get into the play.
That was a tough chance. Marcelino Ball, who they really like at Indiana, he was trying to hang with R.J. Shelton in space.
He's only 17 years old.
17-year-old kid. Prescott lying in the game as the fullback. Josiah Price, the tight end, in motion. First down handoff. This is Scott again probing. Not much there. A pickup of just a couple. Let's take a look at our auto owners insurance impact players when Michigan State has the football.
Well, I already talked about running the football. You got to start with L.J. Scott. He's a good one. He'll get a workout tonight by D'Antonio. Then R.J. Shelton, he's already caught one ball, but as I mentioned, watch him carrying the ball in the jet sweep and reverses. T. Scales, he had 13 tackles last week against Wake. He's really coming on as a linebacker.
Second down and 8. Once again, long yardage play for Michigan State offensively. Designed quarterback run. This is O'Connor. And he dives forward. He'll have enough for the first down. Second first down on this drive for Michigan State.
Well, just watch it right here. You talk to any defensive coordinator, and there's a lot of different spread offenses, but they'll tell you when the quarterback has the ability and is utilized carrying the ball as an extra ball carrier, that's what really makes it difficult. It's like defending the option. 12 men.
I like the thinking there. So it's first down and 10. 3 receivers in the game for Michigan State. Hoosiers show blitz. Here it comes. O'Connor flushed, able to get it away in the general direction of a receiver. Nice pressure by Marcelino Ball.
Well, Tyler O'Connor did a great job there right there. There is pressure. Man's not picked up, and you see it. He looks to his left, he goes to his right. He avoids the sack with his feet because he had to get past the tackle to throw it downfield, otherwise it's intentional downing.
That's the 17-year-old we're talking about. Marcelino Ball, who is really giving Kevin Wilson something to smile about. Defensively, he can be a difference maker. Second down and 10. O'Connor, not much pressure. Tons of time, throws it behind the intended receiver, and it's incomplete. That'll bring up third down.
Well, he's got good protection here because you'll see O'Connor. Look at him left. 1, 2, he checks 2 receivers, and he comes all the way back to the right. good coverage by Indiana. That was a coverage play, because typically if you give a guy that much time and he can go across the board, he'll find someone wide open on the backside.
3rd down and 10. Michigan State converting 41 of these situations on the year. Middle of the pack in the conference. Play clock winding down. And flags fly. Mike Cannon is our referee tonight.
False start. Offense, number 59. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Well, let's look at it right here. There's going to be somebody right there at the left tackle, 59. He just came up a little bit, but you talked about the problems Michigan State had last week, Eric. They only ran the ball for 75 yards, and on 3rd down, they were only 4 of 13. 0 for 2 on 4th down.
Both teams, Michigan State and Indiana a week ago, struggled running the football. A huge theme in losses for both sides. 3rd down and 15. Again, play clock winding down. O'Connor's pass is picked off. A flag comes in late. Tony Fields has the football, but there is a flag down in the vicinity.
Pass interference. Defense, number 19. 15-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down.
So Michigan State catches a break. Pass interference before the interception.
Yeah, you can see that. That's a good call by the official. The defensive back came in. It's okay if you get on top of him, but he was going toward him. I think it's a good call. And I'm normally very critical of defensive pass interference, but I think that was a good call.
Big bailout on 3rd and 15. So Michigan State, ball on the 42. Scott, this is his best run of the day. Not much, but 3 is his best offering. LJ Scott still looking for a long one on the season. His longest run is 23 yards and now 59 carries. Does average 4.7 yards per carry, but doesn't have the big breakaway so far.
Not yet, but he's one of those guys, and those guys up front for Indiana better play square. You don't want him to have a full head of steam, because when he's running downhill, he's a load.
4 first down plays for Michigan State have totaled 5 yards. That's tough to play. But the drive continues. 2nd down and 7. Scott again. It'll bring up 3rd down and relatively short. T. Gray Scales with the tackle. Folks, just in case anything gets sideways on us, we do have our rules analyst, Mike Pereira, available, and that's something that we look forward to. In case we need him, he will set everything straight.
He's the best. He and Dick Honig. None better than that.
I was getting ready to stand up for Dick Honig.
I know,
3rd down and 3.
Dick's my man. I got a few bones to pick with him, but he's still my man.
Indiana trying to get off the field defensively. Option, and O'Connor is going to be short. Marcelino Ball with the tackle. It'll bring up 4th down. 4th down and 2. This would be a bomb of a field goal. It looks like the offense is going to stay on for Michigan State.
Yeah, I like what they did here. They came with what we call America's blitz. The defensive guy that was lined up on the inside receiver came on a blitz. The safety came down to cover him. And we call it America's blitz because everybody in America has that one.
Now Duffy Doherty will be happy. The fullback comes back into the game. Prescott line. So they got 250 pounds of thump.
Yeah, he can be a lead blocker. Sometimes he'll trap down on the nose guard.
Oh, play action to the tight end Price. His first catch, and that'll be a 1st down for Michigan State. How about that? Guts of a cat burglar on that play call.
Guts of a catbird. I never heard that one before. I'm sorry.
You're too young.
But he puts the ball right on the money. And you talk about Josiah Price. You know, they talk about him. They say, you know, he's more of a big wide receiver. You know, and he's been working hard on his blocking, but his strength is as a pass receiver. You can see it right there. Big pass receiver, 6'4", 248 pounds.
And he's a born and raised Hoosier. He's from Greentown, Indiana, which is just outside of Kokomo. If you ever been in that neck of the woods.
I have.
Quick hitter, doesn't work. Trying to squeeze it to Monty Medeiros. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. So the struggles on 1st down continue for Michigan State.
Yeah, you know, they're the type of offense. And, I mean, everybody likes for the formula to work on 1st down, but they like to pick up that 4, 5, 6 yards on 1st down. And they like to get in those 3rd and short situations. They don't like to throw the ball, come up 2nd and 10, and then have to throw it again 3rd and 10. That's not their game plan.
2 true freshman receivers in the game for the Spartans, Donnie Corley and Justin Lane. This is the 12th play of the drive. Pressure. O'Connor throws a bullet complete to Corley, one of those freshman receivers that Michigan State is so high on. Catch number 11 on the year for Corley, pickup of 5.
Well, you'll see it right here. He's getting press coverage, and what you have to do on press coverage is push the guy off the field, not with your hands, but with your feet. Get him to think you're going deep and come back, and if it's man-to-man press coverage, can't play both. Got to either play the guy deep or take the chance he's going to go over the top.
My goodness, a 6.5-minute drive already for Michigan State, pending the 3rd and 5. Designed rollout for O'Connor. Incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. R.J. Shelton not tall enough. And now the field goal unit will enter for Michigan State.
You know, one of the things I want to watch tonight is Tyler O'Connor. We talked about his performance last week, the breakdowns in the offensive line. He threw a number of times off his back foot, falling away. And you get in the habit of doing that. And I've already seen him twice tonight where there was protection was still, it was pretty good, but he was leaning off that back foot rather than getting into the throw.
40-yard attempt for senior kicker Michael Geiger. He's made some big ones during his Spartan career. And we've got a timeout.
Charge timeout. Michigan State, they're first.
Kevin Wilson's hot about
This will be
something.
a 30-second timeout.
I'm not sure why he's so upset. Maybe because his team hadn't had the ball yet. He's a big offensive guy. He wants to run some plays. I think he's upset about something procedural on the setup for Michigan State. Well, everyone in the conference in action. 7 games this afternoon.
Well, you look at that. Michigan had a big win, and how good is Ohio State? And you know the other thing, hey, Maryland, as they become impressive, some teams had some much-needed win. You look at an overtime win by Penn State against Minnesota. And how about Pat Fitzgerald taking the Wildcats down at Kinnick Stadium, coming away with a big win?
After last week, we thought they were left for dead. A huge win for that program. So 40-yarder for Geiger. And it is deflected at the line. Geiger didn't get it high enough, and Indiana holds. Big story has been injuries to that linebacking core. Riley Bullough for the 2nd straight week will not play. That's a big deal. John Reschke also won't play, dealing with an ankle injury, but Ed Davis, 6th-year senior, he is in the mix. And Mark D'Antonio was beaming, talking about getting him back on the field. First offensive play is Divine Redding for the Hoosiers. Moves the feet and only is able to pick up maybe a yard. Evan Jones on that tackle.
Yeah, Evan Jones and number 4. You know, you wear number 4 as a defensive tackle. You better be good, and Malik McDowell is awful good.
6'6", 276 pounds. He looks the part. Another handoff to Redding. And again, not much there. Tough sledding early on. Hey, something of note. We talked to Kevin Wilson, and he said, you know what? Last week we gave up on the run game way too quick. We got away from being us. they're going to commit to the run, even though it's not going to be easy today against Michigan State. Movement, and that's going to be a free 5 yards for Indiana. Demetrius Cooper, we believe.
Offside. Defense number 98. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
Well, I know you say that, but you know the thing about it is Michigan State is awful good, and you'll see them jump the gun there. Michigan State is so good on defense. When I think about Indiana, and they like to run the football, but they normally set the run up with the pass.
First 2 plays, both runs. It's now 3rd down and 3. Redding next to the quarterback, Lagow. Oh, what a dart. Perfectly thrown pass. Nick Westbrook with the reception, and the chains will move.
How about when I asked Kevin Wilson about some of the completions last week, like this one right here? I said sometimes it...
You know, just like Allison Hayes told us pregame, Byron Bulla getting playing time now. He's replacing Shane Jones as the middle backer, and he's in on that tackle for Michigan State. Byron Bulla, he is a sophomore from Traverse City, like all of the Michigan State Spartan Bullas.
How many Bullas are there anyway? I mean, it's
uncountable.
Hey, I know him, the grandfather, the dad, the uncle, the son. I mean, it's crazy.
What if you didn't like football and you're a Bulla?
They could change your name.
2nd down and 11. Lagow looking left. And incomplete. There's a lot of contact. Trying to get the ball to Ricky Jones. He was tangled up with Deontay Copeland, but there's no flags.
You know, when you play that tight of press coverage, sooner or later, you got to go downtown. You got to try to back them off.
3rd down and 11. First time Indiana's had the football. I want to hang on to it for a while. 4-man rush. Lagow's got a good arm. His pass is complete, but I think it's short of the line to gain. Westbrook has it, but he's short by a yard. Good secure tackle by Kari Willis.
Yeah, his effort to come back to the football, and he leaves his feet. You see it right here. He'll jump to catch it, and they're right on the spot, and Darian Hicks makes a good tackle trying to rip the football out.
Punt team will come on. Joseph Gideon averages close to 40 yards per punt.
I'm sure Michigan State has their punt safe out. They're going to guard against the fake.
Fair catch made by Brandon Sowers. Michigan State had a long drive. First time they had the football, but couldn't cash in. This time a quarterback keeper in O'Connor is hit hard by Marcus Oliver. Ball comes loose late and goes out of bounds. If that was Marcus Oliver forced a fumble, that's the 9th forced fumble in his career at Indiana.
When a fumble forward out of bounds, the ball will be brought back to the spot of the fumble. Yep. 2nd down.
That's the 9th forced fumble that Marcus Oliver has next to his name in 3 years. That's a big number. No one has ever forced more fumbles in Hoosier history than Marcus Oliver.
And he forced it too. You know, sometimes you get credit for that guy just dropped it. He knocked it out.
Junior from Hamilton, Ohio. Run by Cincinnati Way. O'Connor wants a bunch. Man wide open. It's caught. R.J. Shelton. He's got a chance. Shelton to the corner. And he does it. Oh, the touchdown. A delayed touchdown call. Michigan State 6. .86 yards, O'Connor to R.J. Shelton.
Well, we talked about R.J. Shelton as being an impact player. I didn't know he was going to have an impact that fast, but he got behind the defense, and you see it right here. He turned the man coverage inside out. He has no help, and you know, if somebody's going to walk up and press you and play a man, you got to test him deep, and that'll back him off.
Richard Fant tried to push him out at the last moment, just couldn't do it. Shelton able to walk the tightrope. And Michigan State, after having such a long, unproductive drive, the first time they had it, this time they had the other extreme. They go 2 plays and a huge touchdown. Every play in college football is reviewed, some longer than others. This has already been looked at, and it's been signed off on. Touchdown for Michigan State.
Reminds me of the play Newby a couple weeks ago when he tried to do that and went out of his hands.
For Nebraska against Northwestern,
Yeah.
You're right. Geiger missed a field goal a moment ago. This time he hits the extra point. I'd imagine there'll be a big crowd interested in BTN tailgate, getting ready for that one. On the return, this is Darian Hicks. And out across the 30 goes, I apologize, Devontae Williams on that return. That was Devontae Williams on the return. 32 yards for him. R.J. Shelton, 98 yards on the day, 86 of them coming on 1 catch. That's the longest play from scrimmage since November 2013. I'm sure you remember that one, Coach. That was Connor Cook to Benny Fowler.
There you go. I didn't remember it till you said it, but then I remembered it. You have a much better memory than I have.
I got a good stats, guys, what I got.
Can't remember to shut your car off, but other than that, you're pretty good.
Oh, jeez. Getting personal. 4:32 remaining in our first quarter. Second time that Indiana's had the football, and this one doesn't happen well at all. That snap never happened. Multiple flags down on the field.
Snap infraction, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
You know, normally a snap infraction means the center goes to snap it and then he stops.
Wes Rogers is the center. And what we do know is he's nose up with Malik McDowell, and that's a scary proposition. First down and 15. Redding. Fortunate just to not lose a whole bunch of yards. Kevin Williams on the tackle. Transfer from Nebraska. Second down at 15.
I asked Kevin Johns about Malik McDowell, and he said, what do you want to know about him? I said, do you have to game plan against him? He says, no, but we got to know where he is every play. He's awful good.
4 carries, just 3 yards for Divine Redding. He was a 1,000-yard rusher a season ago. Lagow, his pass is complete. Ricky Jones breaks the first tackle, dives across the 40. Pick up 12, it'll bring up third down and manageable.
One thing about Indiana, if you give them those pitch and catch looks, they're awful good. They always have a quarterback and put the ball in the money. Good receivers, and then as you saw, they can do something with the ball after they catch it.
Redding breaks a tackle. Bulls forward, he's got the first down. Oh, that's the type of power running you need in the Big Ten. He picks up 5, and it's a first down for Indiana.
Here's Divine Redding. He's a native of Youngstown, Ohio, but he went to Glenville High School in the Cleveland area, and countless number of great football players have come out of that school.
Shane Wynn, darn good receiver for Indiana a couple of years ago. He's a tar-blooder. Shane Jones, who left last time Indiana had the football. He left as linebacking spot for Michigan State. He's back on the field right now. And Indiana has to use their second timeout.
Charge timeout, Indiana. They're first. This will be a 30-second timeout.
We're back after the timeout called by Indiana. First timeout called by the Hoosiers. First down and 10, Redding takes it close to midfield. Tackled by Chris Fry after a gain of 4. There's a flag down.
Holding. offense number 65. 10-yard penalty, replay first down.
That's the second penalty on Wes Rogers on this drive.
Well, let's watch him. He's folding around. Yeah, he hugs him on up. Oh, yeah. Got to call that. Got to block him. I always tell my guys, come on now, it's not dancing. You got to block him.
Indiana, second straight week playing without Dan Feeney, their All-American right guard. No Dimitri Camille either at right tackle. So kind of become a cohesive unit up front. First down and 20. Mike Majette into the game. Majette touches it for the first time, breaks the tackle of Chris Fry, and gains a couple of yards. It'll bring up second down and long.
You know, I really like what Kevin Wilson's doing right here, you know, mixing everything up. And when they struggled so much on defense, I really thought he didn't do very much to help the defense and then try to score points because he didn't shrink the game. Everything was so fast. And if it didn't work, that defense is right back on the field. At least he's controlling the football here.
Lagow, way too far. Trying to sneak it in to Mike Majette. It's third down and 18.
Yeah, he overthrew this one, but as you can see, Shane Jones, number 49, is running underneath, and he's really got the other linebacker beat. I mean, they had a good matchup there. Andrew Dow.
Lagow in trouble. Lagow escapes, throws a dart, and it is knocked out of bounds. That was almost intercepted by Andrew Dowell. So it's a pass broken up. Fourth down and 18. The punt unit will come on for Indiana.
Well, he gets pressure. Lagow gets pressure, does a good job of moving and keeping his eyes downfield, but that's a bad throw. Man's going to the sideline. When you throw that ball, it's got to be caught or it's got to be right out of bounds. You can't throw it behind him. That's a mental error by Lagow that he got away with.
Gideon, his second punt. Brandon Sowards back deep for the Spartans. Low kick, and it goes out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. 33-yard punt, and Michigan State will have it for the third time. And this is what's on the line, folks. It's the one trophy game in the Big Ten that you actually don't want to touch too closely. The old brass spittoon, it's been on the line since 1950. Legend has it that this spittoon, it's over 200 years old. They got it. It was in the possession of some fur trappers they were using it somewhere between Michigan and Indiana, and they decided they want to put some import to this game, and they said, this is what we're going to play for. Michigan State's had their hands on it frequently in recent years. Last time that Indiana defeated Michigan State was 2006. Brian Allen still in as the center. Clean snap. L.J. Scott barrels forward. Pickup of 3 yards. Chris Covington, junior from Chicago, makes the tackle.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see Dave Warner, the offensive coordinator for Michigan State. If he sees R.J. Shelton with press coverage again, they're going to go deep again.
Michigan State had it 14 plays. First time they had the football, didn't score. Last time they had it for 2 plays and scored a touchdown. Pressure. Play blown dead.
False start. Offense, number 11. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
Jamal Lyles, fifth-year senior tight end. That's the second time Michigan State has had a false start here in the first quarter.
I'm sure Mark D'Antoni saying, hey, Jamal, what are you moving for? They got blitzing linebackers coming in the center and both guards. They just sat in there. Right here. Oh, I'm sorry, right there. Let's just see what happens here. Oh yeah, he just came up a little bit. He took a quick look and he got caught, I guess. 5 yards for a little twitch.
Tons of time for O'Connor. Dump down, finds Price. He's tackled at the 30. Pickup of 2. T-Gray Scales on the stop. And that'll most likely be the final play of our first period.
Well, if you're Tom Allen, defensive coordinator, you say, hey, that's good coverage. We'll give him those little 2-yard receptions all day. Dump it off and let's rally to the football and make a tackle. Good defense.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Start of the second quarter, 7-0 lead for Michigan State. Touchdown pass from Tyler O'Connor to R.J. Shelton. And there's the Indiana Hoosier basketball team being honored just a moment ago. They were outright Big Ten regular season champs a year ago. And Tom Crean, you can now say longtime Indiana head coach Tom Crean, he was conference coach of the year.
His brother-in-law's not bad either.
Big win in Ann Arbor. Jim Harbaugh. 3rd down and 9. 4 receivers in the game along with the tight end Price. Pressure's on, blitz off the corner. O'Connor's pass too long. Looking for Monty Medeiros. It'll bring up 4th down. Let's take a look at the numbers for the first 15 minutes of play.
Well, when you look at these numbers, you know they're going to be skewed because of the one big pass play to R.J. Shelton. And if you look at Indiana, if anything, you'd have to say that to start this game, first quarter, very conservative by Kevin Wilson's standards. That's not a criticism. I think he's trying to look at the whole game here, offense, defense, and see what he can do here. He's trying to help his defense out by shrinking the game.
First punt for Jake Hartbarger. Averages 42 yards per boot. Mitchell Page telling everyone to get away from it. And the punt goes out of bounds. It'll be Indiana ball at the 35-yard line. It's a 34-yard punt for Hartbarger. Well, Indiana, they've not done much of anything their first 2 times with the football coach.
Well, you know, they haven't, but they haven't done their normal type of stuff. And, you know, you look at that man right down there, Kevin Wilson. I don't think there's a better offensive mind anywhere in football. What he's been able to do here, you know, at Indiana, it seems like year after year after year, when it's all said and done, you look at where they are offensively in the Big Ten, pretty darn good. Statistically, really good this year, just not scoring points like they used to.
Yeah, you saw the numbers way up there, passing yards per game, total offense. But they're only averaging 30 points. It doesn't necessarily correlate with how many yards they're gaining. Small mistakes are killing them. Lago's pass and dart, it's complete. That's Luke Timian, sophomore from Dallas, Texas. His first grab, 10-yard gain for Timian. Coach, sometimes Indiana plays offense like it's a track meet. Not so far in the first half.
Slow by their standards.
Lago's pass over the middle. It's perfect. It's caught. Ricky Jones with the catch. He's down close to the 30-yard line. Andrew Dowell the tackle, but a gain of 22.
Yeah, you look at Michigan State under Mark D'Antonio, and he's never lost to Indiana. And he's scored average like 47 points a game. You know, so the lower you can keep the score in this game, I think the better Indiana has a chance to win. So seems like they're going a little wide open right now. It's all good.
Tyler Nady with his first carry. There's a flag down. Nady with some nifty moves for a 270-pounder. But I fear this is coming back. Would be a 21-yard gain.
Holding offense number 65.
Oh my.
10-yard penalty.
Oh, man.
Replay first down.
Wes Rogers looking for a hole to hide in. That's his 3rd penalty in the first 17 minutes.
He had a snap infraction. Let's watch him right there in the middle. And
he's on Malik McDowell.
Yeah, they're watching him.
Well, Malik McDowell doesn't have a sack on the year, only 1.5 tackle for losses, but He's already influenced possibly 3 penalties against the offensive line of Indiana, so he's making an impact. First down and 20. Nady this time not nearly as successful. Kevin Williams wraps him up. Kevin Williams, if the name's familiar, he's a transfer from Nebraska.
From Holland, Ohio?
Never been.
I have.
Second and 19. 4 receivers in the game. Short gainer. Timian, second catch on this drive. Chris Fry made sure he didn't go anywhere. Third down and a bunch. Ed Davis, wearing number 43, now in the game for Michigan State at one of the linebacker spots.
Got a 6th year of eligibility granted. Coming off an injury.
Davis showing blitz. He's on the end of the line, bottom of your screen. Nady. This kid's pretty quick for a 270-pounder. Flag is down, however. There's no way this is on Wes Rogers.
Holding, offense number 54. 10-yard penalty, replay third down.
It's on the freshman left tackle, Coy Cronk.
Yep. Yeah, he had his hand around the right, and he spun out, and the official saw his right hand on there. Coy said, I'm just a freshman, man. These guys are good. I need some help.
So it's third down and Terre Haute, basically. Third and 28. Line to gain is the 23. Lagow dumps it off when he has Spartan defenders around his ankles. It was Malik McDowell. And it's a loss of 3. They call it an incomplete pass. It's not a sack. He was able to at least keep the line of scrimmage where it was, and the punt team will come on.
So now if you're Kevin Wilson, you're telling that official over there, say, listen, hey, you're holding, my guys are holding. Call it on their guys, too. Their guys are holding. And that's, maybe they are, maybe they're not, but that's how you work them.
Third consecutive fruitless possession for Indiana. Sowards is going to return this one. Can't make it past that first wave of defenders. He's tackled at the 10-yard line. Welcome back, everyone. Bloomington, Indiana. Last year, the Indiana basketball team, regular season champions in the Big Ten. Tom Crean was the coach of the year. Tom Crean is standing by with Allison Hayes.
There we go. All right, well, you just got honored on the field. Your team, of course, the Big Ten champs. Coach, how special was that team last season?
Well, I'm more enthused watching this kiss cam right now. Our atmosphere is so great tonight. But it was awesome coaching that team because they got better every day. And they learned that they had to control what they could control. We couldn't pay attention to what was positive, what was negative. We had to pay attention to what was real. And getting better constantly was the whole key. And that's what we did. And we were the beneficiaries of winning a great championship in an incredible league and continue to take it on into the tournament.
First time Crean joining us now. And Coach, what do we now have to look forward to for this season? I know Thomas Bryant named a preseason All-American.
Well, I have to look forward to some patience right now. We only had one senior before it started, and now he's out with a knee injury. And so getting into practice, we've got our third practice in 2 days now, and we got a great team energy, great spirit. A lot of guys that are good. They just got to learn to really play together. They got to learn what it's going to take defensively. But I love our attitude, and with the way that they work, I have no doubt they'll get better. It's just going to take a little time because we lost some really, really key experienced guys that knew how to make the game easier for everybody. And we got to make the game easier for each other by the way that we pass the ball, move without the ball, defend together, and then just get our running game going at a high level and make the simple plays.
Well, thank you so much, Coach, for joining us.
Thanks. Thank you, Allison. Tom Crean, wonderful with the X's and O's, big-time recruiter. And he's got Michigan State roots. I wonder if he's a little bit conflicted right now. He got his start for many, many years. He was working in the right hand of Tom Izzo and his staff in East Lansing before taking his first head coaching job at Marquette.
No, when he looks at that paycheck every week,
I guess so.
It's Indiana. I promise you that. Well, Michigan State has gone to utilize an elite blocker. They had number 45 Prescott Line there in the big run, and then they had Josiah Price backed off, and he became the lead blocker. Different look for the defense.
It's been Madre London, the tailback. Just a little quick toss to R.J. Shelton. They like to use Shelton in this role, and he dives forward close to the 40-yard line. Nice gain for R.J. Shelton, who had that long touchdown in the first quarter. It's a gain of 15, but a flag is down.
Holding, offense number 79. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay first down.
Well, Kevin Wilson gets his wish. Call it on both sides. There's a holding against Michigan State.
Well, you can see it right there. There's the big guy. He's 6'6", 319 pounds, number 79. He's got him hooked up big time. Good call there.
So instead of a gain of 15, it's a spot foul, which make it 1st and 16. This is the only score so far in our game. R.J. Shelton breaking free. A long touchdown. He was able to score. They looked at it briefly, and they decided that he was able to get in the end zone. It's the longest touchdown for Michigan State in 3 seasons. Delton Williams now in the game, along with Madre London in the backfield, and it's a pitch and catch to Shelton. And Shelton gets some of the penalty yardage back, but another penalty flag down.
16 fan, the Hoosier tackler.
Offside, defense number 9. 5-yard penalty, replay first down.
Yeah, well, you'll see the blitzer come up here, and he'll get caught. He'll step over the line, and they've got him.
Yeah, they called it on number 9, it's Jonathan Crawford, but it was on number 8, T. Scales. This is a somewhat sloppy game, Coach. This is October.
Yeah.
This isn't early non-conference. This is
holding calls, procedure penalties, false snaps by centers. But no turnovers.
1st and 11. Don't see that very often. Pass is caught. Monty Medeiros. That'll be good for the first down. Felton Davis with the catch. First time that Felton Davis has made a catch.
Well, he can stand tall in the pocket and out route to the wide side of the field. Good throw there by Tyler O'Connor.
Just the 4th catch on the season for Davis.
You know, both these teams seem to lose really good receivers to graduation, end up playing the National Football League, and more are coming.
O'Connor has a man deep. It is broken up. Oh, wonderful defense by Fant. There is a flag down, however. Fant was step for step with Justin Lane.
Holding, offense number 55.
Oh my goodness.
10-yard penalty, replay first down.
Miguel Machado.
Well, you see it right there, the right tackle. Again, he's got his hands outside, wrapped around the neck. Both those offensive line coaches, Fry on one side and Bowman on the other side, you gotta get your hands inside, grab them up inside.
It was Fant who was victimized by R.J. Shelton on the long touchdown. Good to see he's still in the game. First down and 20. Design rollout. And O'Connor. Good gain out to the 45. Pickup of 10. It's second down and 10. Niall Sykes was able to push O'Connor out of bounds. All right, Coach, second down and 10 after we've seen Michigan State here for the first quarter and a half. What would you expect them to run?
You know what I'd do if I was them right here? I'd go back to running my guy, the big guy, the running back, L.J. Scott. You haven't done it in a while. I'd get him in there and I'd run him, and you've loosened up that defense a little bit. Oh.
A couple of tight ends in the game. And they give it to Madre London. This isn't the big back. This is the shiftier of the two runners.
I should have said the running back.
He picks up 5. It'll bring up third down and 5. Coach, this is one of those weird spots on the field. Third down at 5, 40-yard line, outskirts of field goal range. Do you really want to punt it? Is this possibly a 4-down territory?
Absolutely. That's what I was going to say. That's a decision you got to make as the head coach and tell the offensive coordinator ahead of time. You got 2 downs here. That'll change it. If they don't have 2 downs, you expect them third and 5 probably throw the football. 2 downs, it could be either way.
Spartans haven't converted a third down tonight. 0 for 3. Play clock down to 5. Oh, bad snap. Still loose. Indiana's got it. Niall Sykes jumps on the loose football. First turnover by Michigan State gives it to Indiana. A bad snap by Brian Allen, who's starting this year, this game at center for the first time this year.
Yeah, you know the thing about it, we talked about the 5 turnovers that Indiana had last week, and defensive coordinator Tom Allen said to us, you know, that's a problem, especially when the defense doesn't get any. They got 0 against Wake. There's their first one tonight.
Michigan State used to be airtight. Used to just be wonderful, creating turnovers and limiting turnovers on their own side. Things have changed. See if Indiana can get some momentum going. Lagow hands it off to Redding. Tackle made by Chris Fry after a gain of 3. Fry and Shane Jones, the backers. No John Reschke, no Riley Bulla. Now maybe Indiana will step up the pace. Haven't done so much of that here in the first half. Lagow, little outright, finds Mitchell Page. And Page has the first down.
I told you, Page, some guys play better than their ability. He's one of those guys. I'm not saying he doesn't have ability, but he gets the most out of everything. He's just sneaky good.
Redding, now with room. His best gain of the night, 9 yards for Divine Redding.
And you talked about tempo. You can see after the turnover, they've sped up a little bit. You know, it's like you got them on their heels. Let's keep it going.
Lagow steps up in the pocket, man wide open. And he overthrew him, and it'll be picked off by Copeland. Page was open. Lagow couldn't find him, and it's intercepted.
You know, he was so wide open that Lagow laid it up there. I mean, they just a bust coverage by the corner, but then he recognizes it and comes back off.
Tyler O'Connor under center. He wants to throw the football on the run. And it is out of bounds. Second down and 10.
You know, you look at this interception, you talked about the play Copeland made. They're going to run a wheel route, which means that safety coming down has to run with that second receiver, and he doesn't do it. He sits down. Copeland looks at it. He makes up for his buddy. Turnover. What a great play by that corner.
Really was. Copeland wasn't in the vicinity. He saw the pass. He was able to turn in mid-stride and locate the football and make the catch. Heck of a play. London tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Great defense. Oh, wonderful stop. Tony Fields, Chris Covington, loss of 3.
Now, we're still early in the game, Eric, but we've been down here a number of times watching Indiana play. Is there any doubt in your mind that this defense, this year's version of Hoosier defense, is improved?
Well, the front wall, everyone involved, they call them ham and eggers. Bunch of pluggers up front, guys, effort guys. But these linebackers and the guys in the secondary starting to become really athletic, making plays. 3rd and 13. No pressure at all. O'Connor has tons of time, completes his pass to the freshman Corley, and it's going to depend on the spot. I think he's got enough. It's a gain of 13, and it's going to be a first down for Michigan State.
When we talked to Tom Allen, the defensive coordinator, they only have 5 sacks on the year, and we brought that up, and he said, you know, our guys got to realize that, you know, you don't always get a sack when you become clean or you're on a blitz. Sometimes you got to beat one-on-one blocks, and for them, it's a work in process right now. And he won't like that because all the time in the world for O'Connor to throw the ball.
London barrels through that front wall, picks up 2 yards. There's Tom Allen, former head coach at Ben Davis High School in Indianapolis. Went the college route, has been at Arkansas State, Ole Miss, and South Florida as an assistant. Kevin Wilson thrilled to bring him back home.
Yeah, he says, you know, he brings a fire, he brings an enthusiasm, never says a negative word, ever. He said, I hadn't heard one negative word come out of his mouth.
Bad pass. Trying to get it to Davis. 3rd down and 8. Now Michigan State has converted only 1 3rd down here in this first half. They did it a moment ago on the 13-yard catch by Donnie Corley. See what Scott is mostly Padre London. Tight end Price in motion. Again, looking for the deep ball to Corley, and he overshoots him. So Indiana gets the stop they need, and the punt team will come on for Michigan State.
Well, Tom Allen gave the look that he was going to only rush 3, but then they brought 2 linebackers. Actually a 5-man rush, and they really didn't get there, but it was a timing route by Tyler O'Connor, just throwing it deep, but he threw it out of bounds. Sometimes pressure doesn't have to get there for the quarterback to feel the pressure.
Hartbarger to punt it away. Returnable for Page. Oh my, ball's loose. Michigan State has it, there's a flag down. I didn't think that Page called for the fair catch. Did he had enough room to make the play?
Kick catching interference, kicking team number 34. 15-yard penalty, first down.
That averts disaster for Indiana. It's called on Drake Martinez. Well, the call of catch interference a moment ago on this punt to Mitchell Page. Let's check in with Mike Pereira, our rules analyst in Los Angeles. Mike, what'd you see?
I like the call because regardless of whether you make a fair catch signal or not, you get a 1-yard buffer zone in front of you. And even though he had a teammate that had a hand on the Michigan State player, it didn't redirect him. He didn't give him the yard clearance, and so it's interference.
Thank you, Mike. He always makes things so clear.
Yeah, and I agree 100% with him on that call. I don't always agree with those guys, but normally I agree with Mike, though.
So it's a 15-yard penalty. Ball spotted at the 44. Richard Lagow, who threw for 496 yards a week ago against Wake Forest, Nowhere close to that amount here in our first half. Divine Redding, nifty moves, and Redding picks up 9 yards.
There goes the tempo.
Quick snap. Redding's got it again. Lowers the head, and it's going to depend on the spot. Odd game. Here in the first half, we've had 12 total penalties and only 14 total first downs.
Michigan State has to go out for one play because his helmet came off.
That's Evan Jones. Defensive end has to leave the game for Michigan State. He's replaced by Gabe Sherrard. Gabe Sherrard wears number 89, fresh into the game for the Spartans. Third down and inches. The big hammer. Tyler Nady, true freshman from Euless, Texas. He's in the game. Number 31 is a 270-pounder next to Lagow. And no one gets more speed running onto the field to call a timeout than Kevin Wilson.
Indiana.
He was an old offensive lineman as a college player, but I bet his 40 time is still below 5. We're back. Third down and inches for Indiana. High snap handled beautifully by Lagow. Gets it to Nady. And the 270-pounder gets the first down for Indiana. Andrew Dowell didn't want to, but he makes the nice tackle of Nady. Nady remains in the game as, again, Indiana playing with some quickened pace. They've only got one timeout to work with. 2:25 remaining in our second quarter. Evan Jones back into the game defensively for Michigan State. Nady swarmed. Not going to break that tackle. Demetrius Cooper, Chris Fry on the tackle with Malik McDowell on the bottom. Coming up, we've got the Buffalo Wild Wings halftime report. Every team in the conference playing this afternoon. This is the nightcap, the final game around the Big Ten this week. We'll have everything covered coming up at the half. Lagow tried to get it to Redding, and he has to watch it slip out of bounds. That was too hot to handle.
It was interesting when I asked Mark D'Antonio why he thought that Kevin Wilson's offense is so good year after year after year. He didn't hesitate. He says tempo. It's so tough on your defense. It forces you to play so many players. They get so fatigued. And that's why they plan to rotate a lot of players on the defensive side of the ball tonight.
Again, it's a weird part of the field for Indiana. Could be 4-down territory if they get something here on third. They go to run the football. Interesting call. And Redding picks up a handful of yards. Call it 5. Monte Nicholson with the stop. It is now 4th down. Coach, what's the thought process?
Well, you know, you say it's an interesting call right there, but they call all the plays from the sidelines. Kevin Wilson, they're at the line of scrimmage. Then when he sees how they're lined up, or someone upstairs says, hey, coach, they're lined up like this, he calls the play regardless of what the down and distance is sometimes.
4th down and 6. This would be a 50-yard field goal. But Indiana, they want more than that. Play clock down to 2. And Indiana calls timeout. That's the last timeout for Indiana here in the first half. And we'll take it with them. Interesting decision for Indiana when we return.
Their third and final.
How about Maryland? Putting half 100 on Purdue. DJ Durkin, he's got the Terrapins rolling. Terrapins roll.
After the timeout on 4th down and 6, Indiana brings the punt team on, and Michigan State calls timeout. We're going to keep it here. This is interesting cat and mouse. Is there a chance that after Michigan State calls the timeout that maybe Indiana will take the punt team off the field and go for it?
I love it. Cat and mouse. Well, I had to think that when Kevin Wilson left the offense on the field, that now they look like they might kick the field goal. Huh?
Yeah, it would be a bomb of a field goal.
Yeah.
Griffin Oaks is practicing, though. This would be a 50-yarder. When we do have, it appears that he would be kicking into it. And not only do we have a little bit of wind, we've got a little bit of rain. Rain started a couple of minutes ago. All right. 50-yard field goal attempt for Griffin Oaks. And it is off the mark. Wide right. Not sure it had the distance either. So, good field position for Michigan State.
The good news is he got it up so it wasn't blocked. I think he had enough distance, just off the mark.
Well, Michigan State's going to start with the ball at the 33-yard line. They've only got one timeout. They've got a fifth-year senior quarterback in Tyler O'Connor. How much trust do you place in the offense?
I put a lot of trust. Like you said, he's not a rookie quarterback. He's a fifth-year senior. You would think that you're not going to get pressure in this situation, so you think your offensive line can block. So, let's see. If we can get the ball at least to midfield, then go to the 2-minute offense and see if we get a shot at the field goal right before the half.
L.J. Scott hadn't been on the field in a while. He's on the field right now. He's next to O'Connor. O'Connor's going to run. Clock continues to move. And now a whistle as it's close to the first down marker. Michigan State calls a timeout. That's their final timeout. Welcome back, everyone. Just a handful of seconds remaining in our second quarter. This is your game summary. The only score, a long pitch and catch, Tyler O'Connor to R.J. Shelton, 86 yards on the touchdown.
Yeah, I'm really surprised by the lack of the rushing attack by the Spartans. Reason being, that's the key to their success. They talked about it in the conference call. Mark, we've got to get that running game going. We've got to be committed to doing it. It's not working again tonight.
Neither side with a timeout. It doesn't happen very often. Both teams using all 3 timeouts in the first half. O'Connor's pass. Incomplete. That was at the feet of the freshman Corley. 3rd down and 1.
Well, if you would think they'd run the football here. You get the first down, clock stops to move the chains. Either clock it or call a play while they're doing it.
There is the running play to Scott. Still on his feet, barrels across midfield to the 49. Clock will stop temporarily. Either team with a timeout, so once the ball is set, the clock will move again. O'Connor again looking for big chunks, this time the catch made by Medeiros. There's a flag down in the backfield of Michigan State.
Holding, offense number 75. 10-yard penalty, replay first down.
Benny McGowan.
Right there, you'll watch him. They've been guilty of this pretty much all night, and he's got hands around the neck.
Wastes a really good catch by Monty Medeiros. Look at that, 13 combined penalties. Open man. Pass incomplete in the direction of Felton Davis. Yeah, Coach, no two ways around it. An ugly first half. 13 penalties. 2 combined turnovers, a couple of missed field goals.
Missed catch right there when you need one. I don't know if it was ugly, maybe sloppy. Is there a difference?
Slight.
Slight.
But I'll go with your.
You say.
I'll go with your sloppy.
Sloppy.
Okay.
Neither coach will be happy with all these holding penalties.
2nd down at 20. 10 seconds remaining second quarter.
But if I'm Kevin Wilson, with the exception of one play, I'm delighted with my defense.
Plays blown dead. Movement on the line.
Offside. Defense. Lineman coming into the neutral zone, causing the offensive lineman to react. 5-yard penalty. Replay 2nd down.
And the term was linemen. There's a couple of them. No need to identify just one. A couple of those ham and eggers.
Ham and eggers.
You missed it earlier. That's what Kevin Wilson calls his guys on the defensive front wall. Bunch of ham and eggers. O'Connor. Was the catch made inbounds? It was not. Looking for Justin Lane, freshman from Cleveland, Ohio.
Well, Tom Allen's not easing up. He's not playing prevent defense. He keeps bringing linebackers trying to get pressure.
That was close, but it appeared he was out of bounds before he could get a foot down.
Yeah, and I don't know if he controlled the ball.
Well, with that incompletion, O'Connor's missed on his last 5 throws. 4 seconds remaining. Quick hitter, Corley. Tackled rudely, and that's the end of the first half. Richard Fant with the tackle.
That's the end of the first half.
So 30 minutes in the books, only 1 score. Well, Indiana won the toss. They deferred the decision to the second half, so they're going to start with the football here in the second half as we take a look at the Quicken Loans quarterback comparison.
Well, again, you look at it, and if you're Michigan State 9 for 20, you really don't look like that. The yards, 86-yard touchdown pass, 1 play. You take it at that, it's a very poor passing performance. On the other end, you think about Lagow, you think what he did last week and some of the bad decisions. He made 1 bad decision, throwing a lob and a ball to a wide open receiver that resulted in an interception. But he's definitely improved this week compared to last week.
Something interesting to note, we have not seen a play run in the red zone so far tonight. All the action's been taking place for the most part right in the middle of the field. We do have 1 touchdown, but that was on a long touchdown pass, and we also had a couple of field goal attempts, but those were both bombs.
Well, you know, you think about Indiana coming to this game, they'd only been in the red zone 10 times, only scoring 6 times, 60%. Only 4 of those are touchdowns. That's a big problem for an offense. Maybe they don't want to get in the red zone.
Here we go. Devontae Williams starts at the goal line, makes a hard left-hand turn, trying to get to the edge. Williams out across the 30 to the 33. Positive run for Williams, a return of 33 yards. Now it's been quite a difference last week to this week for Richard Lagow. 496, that's a Indiana passing record. That was against Wake Forest in the loss. Tonight just 76 yards, Coach.
Yeah, but don't forget, you don't see that 5 interceptions right there. You could throw for 700 yards with 5 interceptions, and you might end up on the short end.
Junior out of Plano, Texas. Last year, this time, he was playing at Cisco Community College, close to Abilene, Texas. First down throw. Bad pass, or at least miscommunication. Divine Redding was in the area, but he was streaking downfield, and Lagow tried to throw it to his back shoulder.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to throw one of those back shoulder throws like you're talking about, but the receiver went inside.
Michigan State pitching a shutout, and they're playing without starting linebackers Riley Bulla and John Reschke. Redding. Good run on second down. He was able to scoot past Deontay Copeland and pick up a handful extra yards, so it's going to be 3rd down and 2. An 8-yard pickup for Redding.
You look at the number of tackles that Nicholson and Cox, the 2 safeties for Michigan State, typically have, and that's because how they play their defense. They funnel everything to those guys and they'll play downhill. Tough against the run.
Lagow's pass is caught right across the middle. Ricky Jones has the first down.
Man, you talk about wide open. See, the linebacker, Chris Fry, ran right by him, and he had a rolled up corner.
Back to the line quickly. Lagow's pass is caught. Out in the flat, that's Westbrook. Down inside the 30 to the 26. He's been their big play guy all season.
Yeah, when they talked to him, Kevin Wilson said he's one of those guys, he can take a short gain and make it into a big gain. He's got the ability to make the first man miss.
Lagow wants to throw again. Looking deep for Westbrook. Bad pass. It is incomplete. Darian Hicks looked like the intended receiver, but at the last minute he dropped it when he collided with Westbrook. And it looks like Hicks is banged up. And if Hicks has to leave, he'll be another starter defensively on the sideline. There's Riley Bulla.
Yeah.
Also not playing, John Reschke.
Well, you see Riley Bulla there, besides being just an absolutely tremendous football player, they lose his leadership, his communication skills. He sets the defense right there as a middle linebacker.
So Hicks leaves. He's replaced by Tyson Smith. Smith, a sophomore from Detroit. He wears number 15. Smith, bottom of your screen. And Smith in on that tackle along with Chris Fry and others. It's a gain of 1. It'll bring up 3rd down.
You wouldn't think it'd be too long before Kevin Wilson will call something to check Tyson Smith out, being the subs in there to see if he's as good as Darian Hicks.
Indiana 4 out of 8 converting 3rd downs. Indiana choosing not to play quickly. Play clock's down to 5. Open look, pass caught by Page. Page inside the 10. That's the guy that Lagow feels comfortable with, the pickup of 19.
What I tell you about Page, watch it. This ball is going to be intercepted. He comes back to it just like he should. He gets his hands on the ball, and then he's going north and south.
Redding. Oh, what a tackle. That's a man's tackle. Malik McDowell said no more.
All I can tell you, when you put a picture in the dictionary of defensive tackle, put his picture next to that. Look at that.
Oh.
Next to that definition.
Yeah, Redding's a strong guy, 210-pounder. 2nd down and goal. Lagow. It'll bring up 3rd and goal. Well, first time that either team has been inside the red zone.
And I told you going into this game, 6 on 10 in the year, only being in the red zone 10 times, only scoring 4 touchdowns. And now, and the problem with the spread offense, if you're not a good run football team, power run football team, that field shrinks. Those deep defenders have no deep balls to defend. They can play everything forward.
Timian, Page, Jones, the 3 receivers available for Indiana. They've already converted a couple of 3rd downs on this drive. Redding swarmed. Any decision here? 4th down and goal?
Yeah, decision to go for a field goal. If I was them, I'd kick the field goal. They need something good to happen.
They're not kicking the field goal.
I would kick the field goal.
Kevin Wilson's not kicking the field goal. How about this? He's got gravel in his guts. He wants a touchdown.
Yeah. Doesn't mean he's going to get it.
Redding, Nady in the backfield next to Lagow. Play clock winding down. They better hurry. Oh, a direct snap to Nady. Wants to throw and wasn't even looking in the direction of Ian Thomas. And it's going to be turned over on downs.
Well, you know, hey, it's a gutsy call, but, you know, my thought process is if you get the field goal, everybody's hugging on the sideline and you're feeling good this way. Michigan State's doing all the high-fiving.
After the failed 4th down pass, it's Michigan State ball on the 3. First play goes nowhere. They give it to the fullback, Prescott Line. Tyler O'Connor, 5th-year senior from Lima, Ohio.
Well, maybe this is what Kevin Wilson was thinking. I'll go for it if I don't get it. They've got bad field position. My defense is playing great. The Spartans can't move it against my defense. We'll hold them. They'll punt the ball. I'll take it over on the short side of 50. I'll still end up with great field position.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Spin it forward.
It's a good plan if it works.
This is London probing, looking for help, doesn't find it. Chris Covington on the tackle. There's Chris Covington, linebacker from Chicago, Al Rabi High School. It's a quarterback here for a while. He's one of those athletic defenders that has really improved the Hoosier defense.
Well, so far so good. You've got to anticipate that Michigan State's going to throw the ball here. If it's incomplete, and you put a lot of pressure on them, punting the ball out of the end zone. Mitchell Page is a good returner. Big down for the Hoosier defense.
O'Connor, the pump fake, wants the home run ball. Oh, and it's dropped by Corley. He had a chance for something magical. He was 2 steps ahead of the defender. That possibly was going to be a touchdown.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't surprise me they throw out of the end zone, and they've got him beat. Oh, man.
O'Connor saying, oh, boy.
Yeah, the other guy saying, oh, boy, is Dave Warner, the offensive coordinator up in the press box that called that play. He said, are you kidding me? Wish I had Shelton out there. He'd have caught it. That's the mindset.
Well, here's your guy, Mitchell Page, back deep to receive the punt. And he's going to have room to wiggle. Deep punt by Hartbarger. Page, oh, look at all the green in front of him. Wonderful return back to the 32-yard line. I think that's a classic example of Michigan State out punting their coverage. That was too good of a punt by Hartbarger.
What a great job of Mitchell Page backing up, buying some time, and then watching him. Well, there'll be some good blocking here right at the end of it. Look at him going. There'll be a good block right there. Woo!
63-yard punt, that's a good thing.
So Kevin Wilson
but a
going for the
34-yard return.
Kevin Wilson going on 4th down. That's like I said. Defense will hold. They'll punt it. Good field position. Mitchell Page will return it. See, Kevin Wilson and I were on the same page.
This isn't your first football game, seems like, Coach.
I would have kicked the field goals.
The Hoosiers have now reached Michigan State territory on their 5th consecutive drive. They still haven't scored. That was a big-time tackle made by Malik McDowell.
You know, when I was talking to Harlan Barnett the other day, I talked about Malik McDowell, and I said something about his statistics. Says, don't look at the statistics. Turn the film on. This guy's playing lights out. Whew. Man.
6'6", 276 pounds with room to grow. Mike Majette in the backfield behind Lagow. Majette's got it. Sophomore from Virginia. And again, it's Malik McDowell. You want to try the other way.
Man.
He was a big get for Mark D'Antonio a couple of years ago coming out of a high school in Detroit. and he has lived up to the accolades. Third straight carry for Majette. He's going to be just short of the line to gain. Now, what's the decision? It's 3rd down and 2 from the 23-yard line.
Well, looks like he's going to kick the field goal.
Okay. So the field goal units come on. It's Griffin Oaks. He has made 41 career field goals at Indiana. This one a 40-yarder. Second time tonight that Oaks has missed a field goal. And the shutout continues. That's a 7-0 lead for Michigan State over Indiana. Our United States Marine Corps leader of the game, there he is. Number 70, Jacob Bailey. He is a senior from Carmel, Indiana. And he's already graduated. He has got a degree in business, finance, and technology management, working towards his master's in business information systems. He's participated in Read Across America, and he's actually a semifinalist for the Campbell Trophy, which is considered by many to be the academic Heisman. He is an achiever on the field and off. R.J. Shelton has the carry, tackled by Dawson Fletcher and Tony Fields. Pickup of 8 yards on first down. R.J. Shelton has the game's only touchdown. Came way back in the first quarter. An 86-yard reception from Tyler O'Connor.
Yeah, the play that you just saw, Michigan State traditionally, they always had a guy in their offense like that. When they have their north and south running game going, then they can come out with that. And you pin him down inside, and he gets outside on the perimeter. Very effective.
Play action. This time Corley able to make a catch. That was a tough chance. He makes the play, and that's enough for the first down. Ashawn Riggins on the coverage. A couple of true freshmen battling on the outside.
Well, he makes an awful good catch here. Going back the inside on him and twists his body, and he fights for that yardage. Martin Luther King High School, just a freshman. Imagine we'll be hearing his name for a few years.
Another quick pitch and catch, this time out in space. This is Medeiros. Another first down for Michigan State.
Medeiros out of Cincinnati Moeller High School. A few players have come out of there.
A lot of them. Greg Jones, middle linebacker, a handful of years ago at Michigan State.
Yeah, and Shane Jones from Moeller High School. Everybody wants to know they're not related. They just go to the same high school.
You want to talk baseball? How about Barry Larkin, Ken Griffey Jr.? First down at 10. Full head of steam. L.J. Scott tackled after a pickup of 4.
Do you want to talk football? Jerry Faust? He didn't go to school there.
He was the coach there. Went directly from Boulder to Notre Dame back in the 80s. That didn't happen very often.
Then where did he go after that?
Oh, I think the Akron Zips.
Got it.
You coach against him in the MAC?
Yes, I did.
Second down at 6.
Yes, I did. Answer your next question.
Trivia night with Glenn Mason. Out of the gun. This is O'Connor. O'Connor's a big kid. 228 pounds. He uses it to his advantage to pick up another first down. So nothing huge in terms of big chunks of yards, but an effective drive here for the Spartans.
Yeah, and this is something that Michigan State's always done. They don't run their quarterback a lot, but even when they had Connor Cook and now with Tyler O'Connor, they effectively run him. Best drive they've had all night.
Already 3 first downs achieved for Michigan State on this drive. Indiana showing blitz. Here it comes. L.J. Scott runs right past it. Still on his feet. Inside the 25. That's a gain of 13 before Crawford brings him down.
Indiana came with that, what I described to you before, the America's blitz, and that's a run blitz. You can see that should be effective. That should not go that way. They had a missed tackle, another missed tackle, and a good run by Scott. Coach D'Antonio doesn't look very happy tonight.
L.J. Scott still the tailback in the game. Oh, that was weird looking. O'Connor's got it. 2 open Spartans. It's a touchdown. What a weird play call, but Delton Williams scores the touchdown. 24-yard touchdown. Michigan State up by double digits.
I'm not sure what it was, but it worked.
Monty Medeiros was actually even more open than Delton Williams was.
Well, you know what Mike Hall would say. Playing a game of America's favorite game. Wide open. They were both wide open. Double jeopardy. I asked Jim Bowman, the co-offensive coordinator, do you have any trick plays this week? And he said, we always have about a half dozen in the bag.
Michael Geiger. No worries. And the lead is now 14. 14-0 lead for Michigan State. Touchdown pass to Delton Williams, senior from Erie, Pennsylvania, scoring for the first time this season. Let's check in with Allison Hayes down in the field.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on Darian Hicks on the sideline. He has his helmet off, and they did tape his waist and hip area on his right side. They tried to get him onto the bike, and he had difficulty even getting on. And once he was on, he was grimacing in pain, so they had him get off immediately. And he has since been trying to stretch a little bit, trying to put a little bit of pressure and weight on that right side. He's not able to plant, so now he is just taking it easy and walking gingerly on the sideline, guys.
Thanks for that, Allison. Devontae Williams on the return. No Darian Hicks could be an issue. More to that in a moment. Let's take a look at this play again, Coach.
Well, you know, R.J. Shelton's going in motion on that jet sweep, and you can see that he hesitated for a second. I think he thought, uh-oh, maybe I wasn't supposed to come. He knew he was going to mess up this direct snap, and luckily he didn't, and it all worked. It wasn't pretty, but it was effective.
It's possible that the Indiana defense was faked out because of the disjointed movement by Shelton.
Yeah, I know I was faked out.
All right, Indiana down by 14. Richard Lagow, see if he goes to the skies. Quick slant caught by Ricky Jones in full stride. Jones on his way. Look at the block. He's tackled inside the 20. I thought that was a touchdown. Nick Westbrook with a decleater.
Man, I'm surprised they caught him, but
57-yard gain.
Yeah, he was in hot pursuit. He catches the ball. Now watch Westbrook. Come on back here. Good, clean block. Woo.
Just destroyed Viante Copeland. 57-yard gain. Quickly, Indiana back to the line of scrimmage. Second consecutive possession inside the red zone for Indiana. They still have not scored against Michigan State. This is Devontae Williams, his first carry out of the backfield, and Malik McDowell again with big-time influence.
But normally you tell your guys do not block back from where the ball's been, but that's a good decision, good block by Westbrook, because those Michigan State guys there was 3 guys there, he had to pick one. Maybe he picked the fastest one.
Williams again, second straight carry for the redshirt freshman. Demetrius Cox comes in from his safety spot to bring him down. Third down.
All the trouble that they've had in the red zone this year and tonight, I'd have to say they got to come away from a score here if they expect to have a chance to win this football game.
Touchdown?
A touchdown, yeah. They're not down 7 points, they're down 14. I got to go for the touchdown. Third
straight carry for Williams. And he's got it up for the first down. That's interesting. He's 184 pounds, maybe, but they run him between the tackles against one of the better defensive lines around. And Williams stays in the game. First down and goal. Four straight carries for Williams.
Eric, you said he stayed in the game. I remember asking Kevin Wilson a year ago, how come you don't substitute a lot while you're on the field or use shift in motions? He said, speed, tempo is our #1 goal. And if that's in our offense, that slows us down. So who's ever out there is going to play.
Another carry, 5th in a row for Williams. And the mystery's been solved. Raekwon Williams with the stop.
Ooh, coming from the backside.
They like Williams, just a redshirt freshman.
From Chicago.
Pulls up the screen, 6'4", 295. Third down and goal. Could be another 4-down issue for Indiana. And again, Kevin Wilson way out on the field to call timeout.
Charge timeout, Indiana. Their first of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Third down and goal. Oh, it's an end around, wants to throw it. Page looking to the quarterback, and it's a touchdown! Page finds Lagow! Is that a BTN standout? The role reversal. Mitchell Page, the wide receiver, finds his quarterback, Richard Lagow.
I hate to tell you I told you so, but I've been talking all weekend long about Mitchell Page. When I watch film, I just love that kid. Some guys jump out the film that they love football. Number 87, Mitchell Page loves the game of football.
Oaks finally gets something to go through, and it's a 14-7 game.
Look at right there. They fake it, he gets back off the ground, he tosses it deep, and number 21. When's the last time you saw a quarterback wearing number 21?
Oh,
let me give it to you. He's a Hall of Famer in college, should be a Hall of Fame in the National Football League.
I think Bernie Kosar were number 20.
John Hadel from the University of Kansas. Come on. John Hadel, he was an All-American halfback as a junior. Watch it right here. Well-designed play. They give him on the jet sweep. He loses ground to buy time. They snip it out, but the quarterback, Lagow, come on, you got to catch it. Over the head catch. Good job. Love it. I love trick plays. Number 21. I finally got you on a trivia question. Can't believe it.
I think you got everyone on that. That is
Not their helmet.
That's beyond obscure. 52 seconds remaining in our third quarter. Got a ball game again. Shelton starts from the goal line. And he's out across the 20 to the 23. And Indiana's defense needs a stop. Michigan State, their offense, they were in neutral for so long. 5 straight drives, 77 yards, 3 punts, a turnover, nothing much of all. And then last drive, they figured it out, Coach. What was the difference?
Well, it's like anything else. You know, it's all execution on offense. And all too often when your offense isn't moving, it's not one part, it's a bunch of parts. But I think their offensive line is playing better. They got some running room in the run game, and then they're protecting the quarterback, and they've got good receivers on the outside. They haven't been clicking this year offensively, but they have all the pieces in place to do it. And if the quarterback performs like he can, that's when they're going to move.
Delton Williams in the game as the fullback in front of L.J. Scott. Wonderful penetration. That'll be a loss of a yard and maybe two. Tigre Scales with the stop. 2nd and 11. Hoosiers showing blitz. Flag comes down. Plays dead.
False start. Offense, number 59. 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
David Beadle. Coach, how about this? We had 14 combined penalties in the first half. That penalty on Beadle is the first penalty we've had here in the second half.
You'll see him right here. But they were coming with the blitz. He saw the strong safety coming out of the corner of the eye. He tried to jump the gun and got called for it.
Corley in motion. Again, Indiana with the blitz. Price the catch, tagged out of bounds. That's the second time that Price has been tangled up in the kicking net.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
4th quarter here from Memorial Stadium in Bloomington. It was a real struggle in the first half, but Coach Glenn Mason, things starting to get an uptick in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, you look at it, both offenses were stagnant. Now they're starting to move, and the most important thing you see right there, Indiana finally scored a touchdown in the red zone. They're back in the game.
Big play here for both sides. 3rd down and 8. O'Connor got hit when he threw it, but McFell finds Shelton. That'll be a 1st down. There was pressure off the edge. O'Connor took a hit and still completed a pass.
Yeah, you talk about a guy wide open. They came with the pressure. You'll see it right off the top. They don't pick it up. Quarterback's going to get hit, but there's 2 receivers. They get screened off by Medeiros running to the inside. He screened 2. One receiver went with him, and he screened the other one. I didn't say pick. I said screen. That's why the receiver is wide open.
O'Connor's never lost a game that he started at quarterback on the road. Starting to play better. He's completed 6 consecutive passes. Play action. Looking for a home run, nothing doing. He's going to run it. And he doesn't get very far. Tigre Scales jumps on his back. Seems like we say Tigre Scales' name quite a bit.
Yeah, he had a big game last week. I've said that, but he's coming on. But again, this defense, talking to Tom Allen, I asked him, okay, you came to this situation at Indiana where they traditionally have played very poor defense. Where did you start? The first thing he said was, I sat down and talked to him, and I saw that the #1 problem was trust. So what do you mean trust? He said they didn't trust one another. Make plays. They have to play within a scheme, and you got to believe the guy next to you is going to take care of his business. So you just take care of your business, and he's getting it done.
Option. This is Holmes. He's got the 1st down. Pushed out of bounds, but a big-time gain for the junior from Flint. 22 yards.
Yeah, right into that America blitz. They brought the outside linebacker off the inside receiver, pitched the ball out there, and turned the corner.
It's the first carry tonight for Gerald Holmes. Remember, he's the one who had that long touchdown run against Notre Dame.
Saw big number 82, Josiah Price, out in front of him.
Another chance for Holmes. This time not as successful. Chase Dutra.
Yeah, it seems like every team has a form of that. You fake the bubble screen one way and pitch it back the other. Good thought design, because when you fake that bubble screen, you're going to get all the inside linebackers running out there trying to defend that play. And you toss the ball back in some other form going the opposite direction. A good counteraction.
Michigan State has won the last 7 meetings between these two schools.
by a big margin.
Third straight carry for Hall. Nothing doing. Maybe Michigan State's offense getting a little bit better. Their center, Brian Allen, normally the left guard, maybe starting to get a little bit more comfortable as the center. You mentioned earlier in the game that the line was shifting around. Cody Keeler had been the center. He's been moved around. A lot of different guys playing, but maybe getting into a better rhythm. Let's see what happens here on 3rd down and long. 3rd and 8 now.
Yeah, Mark D'Antonio made no qualms about it. He was not pleased how the offensive line played last week, and he had to make some changes. Personnel-wise, he'd be more than happy to do it.
O'Connor late over the middle, incomplete. Looking for Corley. Riggins on the coverage.
They're squeezing that slant route. The ball was thrown behind him. You've got to put that ball right in front of him, right in his breadbasket, as they say.
All right, it's 4th down and 8. If the field goal unit came on, it'd be a 49-yarder. Michigan State's going to go for it. O'Connor in trouble. Buys time. He's going to run for it. He's got the first down. There's a flag, though. There's a flag down on the field at the 25-yard line. That may have been the block that sprung O'Connor.
Holding offense number 82. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay 4th down.
Josiah Price, the 5th-year senior.
Oh yeah, he's got. You can see right there. He's got them all wrapped up. Corner went inside, which enabled the quarterback O'Connor to go outside. But regardless of that, if you're Tom Allen, you can't believe you brought the blitz and your defensive end let the quarterback out. You can't. The pressure's coming up the middle. You cannot let him out of the box.
So now on 4th and 13, the punt unit will come on. Spinning kick, fair catch called for by Page. It'll be Indiana ball at the 10. Indiana's defense much improved. While their offense hadn't been great tonight, their defense has allowed them time to make a comeback. And the last time Indiana had the ball, after the long 57-yard catch by Ricky Jones, there it is, a wonderful play call. It was Mitchell Page, the receiver, getting the ball, dumping it back to the quarterback, Lagow, for a touchdown. Just a wonderful design and even better execution.
Love that play.
Lagow's pass is complete to Redding out of the backfield. He's going to get close to the marker. Tackle made by Shane Jones and Chris Fry. It's 3rd down and 1.
You know, if you haven't figured it out yet, Devine Redding's a pretty good football player.
Stronger than 10 rows of onions. As they would say in his hometown of Youngstown.
Ham and egger, onion. I mean, I got all kinds of sayings now.
3rd and 1.
Big down.
Indiana got to throw for it. It's Redding. Good hands out of the backfield. First down. A lot of times you see those backs coming out of the backfield, they basically want the ball dropped into their lap. Redding went out there and got it with the fingers.
You know, this offense at the line of scrimmage, calling all the plays, that's foreign to me. But sometimes you just got to think.
Lagow wants a bunch, looking deep to the right. It's caught! It's caught! What a play! Luke Timian! catch for him on the night.
And what did we say? We knew they were going to go after Tyson Smith. He's playing for Darian Hicks.
Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Redding to the 31. Yeah, this isn't the first rodeo for Kevin Johns, the offensive coordinator. He knew exactly that the backup corner, Tyson Smith, was in the game, and they attacked him.
Yeah, Tyson Smith was doing everything he could, never look back for the ball. He knew he was beat.
Allison Hayes giving us that great update. Darian Hicks, the senior corner, not on the field. Stayed down back at the tail end of the third quarter. Still hadn't made it back into the game. Second down at 6. Nady, the big fella. He is a load. Spartan is down.
Timeout for injured player.
That's Raekwon Williams. Defensive line, Cooper, Williams, McDowell, and Jones here on 3rd down and 1. Nady, the back behind Lagow. They give it to him. Spins out across the 25-yard line. He's got a first down. What a weapon in the fourth quarter. Guys starting to get tired, and you bring in the 270-pounder.
Yeah. Woo! Now, you looked at it right there. Kevin Williams was in good position. He's 6'2", 281, and he took the worst of that contact.
Remember Pete Johnson?
Yes, I do.
Ohio State back in the 70s. He was
from Long Island,
260 pounds. Nady's got him beat by 10 pounds. Play action. Open look. It's Jones! Touchdown! Wonderful ball fake by Lagow. Throws the defender, and Jones, the happy recipient.
Yeah, they're clicking right here. They go with the wheel route again. They pinned him inside, and Jones wide open outside.
First touchdown of the season for Ricky Jones.
Now you think about how big the missed field goals and not going for the field goal loom in this game.
Oaks, solid. And we're tied at 14. Memorial Stadium is alive. Indiana is alive. They've ripped off 14 straight to tie this one up. 8:23 left in quarter number 4.
And I keep saying this, the biggest reason for Indiana is defense.
Oaks will kick it off. Shelton decides that discretion is the better part of valor. Takes a knee. Well, we're going to take you back to the last time that Indiana won the old brass spittoon back in 2006, and they won it going away. Kellen Lewis was the quarterback back in 06. Big day for him, 6 total touchdowns. That was the last time that Indiana held it.
Back in my era.
It was.
I was still coaching then.
Oh, yeah. You'd had a scouting report on Kellen Lewis.
You wonder how he did in that game? I'll tell you later. Being I brought it up, you know.
First down at 10. Ball at the 25-yard line. Michigan State does not want to start conference play at 0-2. Expectations are sky high for Michigan State. Every year, the level the program has risen to under Mark D'Antonio.
You know, you can't play defense if you're talking about watch this, watch that. But the one thing I would tell them, hey, fellas, you're playing good. Don't give up the go route. You know, that's where we've been hurt before. They've got good receivers out there. If they're going to beat us, make them go the long route. But corners, defend the deep route.
Ashawn Riggins, number 28, one of the corners for Indiana, has played a real good game. He's gotten the majority of the snaps. Not much doing. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and short. Marcus Oliver got his nose in there and made the tackle. Coach, what's your thought process here? 3rd down and 2.
Well, you know, what they've done before in this situation, if they're not going to run the football, they'd like to go a little play action pass and either go to the tight end or fullback out in the flat. That's what they've gone to. 3rd and 2, I like to run it, but they just ran the ball and didn't get anything, and they're probably not going to go for it on 4th down. So you think, man, we've got to move the chains. We got the fullback in the game.
Little pitch out to Scott, and he's wrapped up. Nowhere close. Chris Covington the tackle. Indiana forces the 3 and out.
Yeah, they're playing aggressive. You can see they came right on the fullback's block, but there's got a bunch of guys. Look at all those red helmets running to the football.
We've been down to Memorial Stadium a lot over recent years, and we haven't seen a defense like this. Hartbarger. Page calls for the fair catch, and he makes it at the 29. Indiana has the football. Richard Lagow has been a different type of quarterback last couple of drives. He's completed his last 5 throws. Fake reverse. This is Redding. Redding's got it. Oh, wow! He's wide open in the second. Look at Redding go! Loses the football late, and it's still loose. Indiana's got it. Oh, that was wacky. Divine Redding with a divine run. Big gainer. It's going to be Indiana ball. Just depends on where they're going to spot it. It appeared to be a clear fumble. Did it go out of bounds? Was it just recovered by Indiana? It's still being debated.
The ruling on the field, the runner fumbled the ball. It was recovered by the offense in advance. They'll get the ball at the spot of the recovery. 1st down, Indiana.
It was Nick Westbrook who saved the day on the fumble recovery. Nick got there in the nick of time.
But watch Divine Redding. Don't you love these guys? They just play their heart out. And man, he's doing everything he can to get this upset. Look at that.
Wow. Oh, my goodness. That was a wonderful play by Monte Nicholson to keep the ball in the field of play.
Is under further review.
That's a clear fumble. Look at number 9. Nicholson able to keep the ball in the field of play. Knew he couldn't get it.
I'm not sure it didn't touch the line after he went to throw it back, though. Watch when he throws it back here. No, I think it's in. And then he's out.
Well, they just ruled that Westbrook got it. It had never gone out of bounds, and that Westbrook got it, but it's being looked at a little longer.
What a crazy game. Don't you love it? Huh? Look at that. Look at that effort.
Yeah, it's a difference of a couple of yards. If Fry did touch it while he was out of bounds, it's actually a benefit to Indiana.
Now, you know what Coach Harbaugh at Michigan would call that? A slippery watermelon. I heard him do it in his press conference. Slippery watermelon. I think he might be right.
Great hustle and great thought process by Nicholson to have the wherewithal to know that he can't make the play that maybe one of his buddies could.
I don't know how they overturned this decision.
Well, even if they overturn it, they're just going to move it like an extra yard either way.
I mean, it's going to be Indiana's
It's either Fry hits it when he's out of bounds.
But it's Indiana's ball.
Correct.
Yeah.
There's no possible way anyone can say he had possession of the ball
After
there.
review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. 1st down, Indiana.
Let's check in with our rules analyst, Mike Pereira. Mike, what did you see?
Yeah, the thing they had to look at here is, was the ball touched by a Michigan State player who was out of bounds? And that was the key. He didn't have possession when he touched out of bounds. So therefore, it becomes a forward fumble touching a player who was out of bounds. And the ball's dead at that point. It's returned to the spot of the fumble, and you play on. That's the right decision on the field and in replay.
Mike, thank you for the clarity. Succinct. First down at 10. Indiana playing with a full load of confidence, and look at the big man. Nady barrels forward for 9 first down yards.
And now you're under 6 minutes, and you're in field goal range. You're in the red zone. You don't want to settle for a field goal, though. It's not automatic. You want a touchdown if you're Indiana.
You know, there's a lot of points that Indiana's left out there. Missed field goals. They went for it on 4th down. But they still have a chance to take the lead here, closing in on the 5-minute mark of the 4th quarter. Nady. Ridden down by Shane Jones and Evan Jones.
You know, they've been running the football a lot on the zone, and what we haven't seen in a while is the quarterback, Lagow, keeping it out the backside. Wouldn't be a bit surprised.
First down at 10.
Because they're tackling the football now. They're going after that run game.
Busted play. Lagow. Jones has him by the ankles. And that was thrown in the direction of the tight end friend. It looked like Nady may have gone the wrong way, or maybe Lagow went the wrong way on the snap.
I think the back went the wrong way.
Second down. Open look. It's Page. Touchdown, Indiana! We've seen the touchdown, Page to Lagow. Now more conventional. Lagow to Page. There's a flag down on the field. I think it was the hit that Lagow suffered after he got rid of the football.
Result of the play is a touchdown. Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 4 with targeting. The play is under further review.
Not one
After
I really
review,
like.
the ruling of targeting stands. Number 4 has disqualified himself from the game. That 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
And that's the issue of you hear his announcement stands. And stand means that they really can't tell one way or another.
Extra point is good by Griffin Oaks. That makes it 3 touchdowns for Indiana in the last 11 minutes and 14 seconds of game time. Indiana, they lead for the first time tonight. Old brass spittoon on the line. And Indiana, they won it back. Welcome back, everyone. 4:38 remaining in this game. Indiana, they have been on a rampage. They have gone on a 21-0 run since the 4-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. A couple of touchdown passes by Richard Lagow and a touchdown reception by Lagow. Now we're going to see what Michigan State is made out of. Kickoff from the 50-yard line because of the personal foul on Malik McDowell that led to his ejection. McDowell will miss the first half of next week's game against Brigham Young. This is McDowell on his way into the locker room. That is a tough loss. Not only a monster game for him tonight, but just the fact that he's a junior and he's become a man in full. Yeah. They need him. He wants to be out there. This is what he lives for.
Well,
taken away from.
You look at this situation, the Spartans, the program that they have in Indiana. Now, the Spartans have been here before, and we've seen them do it. Indiana's been here before, and we've seen them not do it. And I'm talking about their defense. So we're going to find out a lot about those two teams right now with 4:38 to go in the game.
Michigan State, they've got all 3 timeouts to work with. Out of the backfield, this is Holmes, and a great tackle made in space. Does the ball come loose? They didn't rule him down. I thought that was a clear tackle.
You see right here, I don't think he ever touched the ground. No,
look at the right elbow. I thought the right elbow. Greg Gooch thought he had the tackle.
Yeah.
So instead of being a loss on the play, it's actually a gain of 1 yard. O'Connor's pass is complete. Medeiros out across the 40. 16-yard pickup.
Well, you can see how wide open he was, and I was talking about that corner play. Tom Allen is telling those corners, you can't let the guy go deep now. So give him a little cushion and break up. Their offense has not been that consistent.
Working against the true freshman cornerback, Ashawn Riggins. Shelton out in space, tackled immediately. Clock moves, 3.5 remaining. Michigan State, a loser at home last week against Wisconsin. Trying not to fall to 0-2 in conference play, and here comes the rain. Oh, this changes things for Michigan State. It's coming on quickly. End around, Shelton. Does he want to throw? Nope, he's going to keep it. And he's got room. Shelton waltzes out of bounds, but that'll be another first down for Michigan State. Center Brian Allen was down for a moment. He's back up now.
Yeah, good blocking. And R.J. Shelton, we talked about how valuable he is to this offense.
Timeout for injured player.
It's Brian Allen. Allen was the center who was out in the flat who made the block that sprung Shelton. Well, Allen had been the center, but now Cody Keeler is the center. Keeler had started previous games at center, moved out to let Allen be the starter this evening, and now we'll see how Keeler can snap coming in cold. And just as quickly as the rain started, it has ended. We had rain for about a minute and a half. O'Connor into double coverage. Incomplete. Fant on the coverage.
Double coverage was right. Yeah, same type of route. But they've got it well defended. Saw Crawford come over from the safety position.
O'Connor, quick hitter, pass is caught, and an immediate tackle made by Marcelino Ball. Gain of 5. It's third down.
Man, are they excited about this young man, huh? Tom Allen says this guy is really going to be good.
And whistles stop play.
Charge timeout, Indiana. Their second.
Indiana calls timeout. Back with a pivotal third down. 2:06 remaining. Michigan State has defeated Indiana the last 7 times they've played.
I like Indiana.
On third down here.
I like Indiana taking the time out there. Get over there, regroup your guys, get their confidence back, believe in each other. Come on, fellas, let's win this game on defense.
Tight end Price in motion. Option. Holmes. Did he get there? It's going to depend on the spot. Oh, they're going to give it to him. That should be a first down. We're under 2 minutes now. Under 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter.
Come with the option again, and it's a good spot. Holmes fighting for that first down yardage. New set of downs.
Cody Keeler still in the game as the center. Holmes into the secondary, a pickup of 9 on first down. Marcelino Ball the tackle, and the rain coming down again.
Isn't it amazing that Michigan State's been struggling with the running game, and now the game is on the line. Every play counts, and the running game is just working like clockwork.
Holmes still on his feet, down to the 6. He has been a force here on this drive. 9 more yards.
Time will not be a factor. Michigan State has all 3 timeouts left.
Holmes looking for a hole. Not much doing, second down. Michigan State uses their first timeout. Rain is coming down in sheets now in Bloomington.
I've always said, though, you look at wet weather like this, the officials do such a great job at getting dry balls in and out of the game that it normally is not as big a factor as one may think.
Second down and goal. Indiana with a 21-0 onslaught to take the lead over Michigan State. Spartans trying to tie this game up. Gerald Holmes stays in the game as the tailback behind O'Connor. Couple of tight ends in the game for MSU. Holmes takes his time. Did he get there? He did. Touchdown, Michigan State. 5-yard touchdown for the junior Holmes.
Yeah, they got this running game going now. I had the feeling the only thing that was going to stop him was a holding call. They didn't get one.
So, an extra point.
The ruling on the field of a touchdown is under further review.
This actually may be a break for Michigan State because it seems like if you wait just a little bit of time, the rain may go away. And the most important thing is a quality snap, a quality hold, and an extra point to tie it up. And if you'd rather do it in dry conditions than in the rain.
Absolutely. And anybody thinks that extra points are automatic or mistaken.
Yeah, look at all the rain coming down here on this replay. But right now, the rain has stopped almost totally. Looks like a touchdown, right?
Looks like a touchdown to me.
The call on the field was touchdown, so you would need indisputable video evidence to overturn.
And I don't see it there. But they're taking a long time. Mike Cannon, one of the best in the business right there with the white hat on. All right, different angle here. There. Yeah, can't see the ball there.
What a ball game. If they do rule this a touchdown, I guess you could make the argument that maybe Michigan State scored too quickly. Indiana's going to have plenty of time with one timeout at their disposal to get into field goal range.
There, his knee is down. Yeah. My guess is they'll say it stands. Touchdown.
You know what? I'm a betting man. I'm going to say they're going to say confirmed.
Confirmed?
I'm going with confirmed.
Okay.
After review, the runner's knee was down before the ball broke the plane of the goal line. It'll be third down. The ball will be placed at the half-yard line.
Oh,
We're both wrong.
how about that? Jim Kemmerling, the replay official. That's the look. His knee is down there, and the ball is ruled to be shy of the end line. Maybe much ado about nothing because the ball is inches away from the goal line, but it's a bit of a surprise. Tom Allen, defensive coordinator for Indiana, trying to draw up a miracle.
Remember Nebraska fumbling going in the end? You never know. It's not until it's in, fellas. I'm just been there, done that.
Big fullback Prescott line comes in. He'll be the man in front of Gerald Holmes. Now does Michigan State just stand over the ball for a while?
Charge timeout. Michigan State, their second. This will be a 30-second timeout.
And now all indications is if Michigan State takes care of business, we might be going to overtime.
It was a 7-0 lead for the Spartans at the half. After the timeout, and still confusion with Michigan State.
You got what?
Is there 10 guys or 11? And now the 11th man is just coming onto the field. It's Brandon Clemens.
I'd call timeout again if I was them.
Holmes runs into his own man. It'll bring up fourth down. They lost a yard.
Wow. Defense. They stopped them here. You talk about a signature win, but it might be a statement of the change of the Indiana program because of defense.
Timeout call. Clock actually moved a couple of more digits down. They may add more time on. But the timeout called by Michigan State with fourth down and goal to goal.
Michigan State, the third and final timeout. This will be a 1-minute timeout.
Let's not forget the replay now.
That was a huge reversal.
Yeah. And this is nothing but good defense. He ran into a brick wall.
You could make the argument this could be a season-changing reversal that was made if Michigan State cannot score a touchdown.
Well, for Indiana, I think it's bigger than that. For Kevin Wilson, 6th year of the program, offense, everybody's been waiting for him to play defense. If they could win this game, there's a lot of things to be a complete win, but they won the game at the end because of defense. I mean, that has not happened for Indiana.
The final drive will follow us when this is all said and done. The bigger back, L.J. Scott, now into the game. The fullback Prescott line into the game as well. Two tight ends. Play action. O'Connor caught by Price. 2-yard touchdown on fourth down and goal.
Pass is complete to 82 Price. Touchdown, Michigan State.
The kid from Greentown, Indiana, just outside of Kokomo, scores against the Hoosiers with just a handful of seconds remaining. And now the rain coming down again. The holder, Matt Maxgood. The snapper, Colin Kafflish. And Indiana calls their final timeout.
Charge timeout, Indiana. Their third and final timeout. This will be a 1-minute timeout.
Play action pass. Indiana selling out against the run. Tight end Price wide open.
That's twice tonight on fourth down. Tyler O'Connor has gone to Josiah Price.
You saw Indiana had him accounted for, and the defender let him go right by. He even tried to grab him after he went by, but he didn't get a hold of him.
Geiger, chance to tie it up. High snap. Kick is good. Heck of a hold by Matt Maxgood. That was a dicey proposition.
Ooh.
I'll tell you what, those holders, I couldn't do it.
Well, he got it down. He got the laces away from him. Well, we've had a whale of a game tonight, haven't we?
Sure have, huh? Totally different from what we saw in the first half. First half, 7-0.
No
Michigan
offense.
State on top, yeah, a lot of mistakes.
A lot of offense. If the first half was sloppy or ugly, you'd have to say the second half was exciting.
Good adjective.
Accurate?
Yeah.
Good.
Take a look at our Duluth Trading hardest working player. It's Richard Lagow, and it's all about what he did in the second half. 9 for 13, 200 yards, a couple of touchdowns throwing. He also caught a touchdown pass.
Yep. Kick it away.
Low skimmer. Clock doesn't start until it hits a Hoosier. It's immediately down. So Indiana, do you just take a knee? Do you throw a Hail Mary? You got some kooky play you pull out of your back pocket?
Well, if I was here with only 11 seconds left, I'd say we're going to overtime, fellas. You know, why risk? Momentum's gone back Michigan State's way. Why risk doing something crazy? Give them a chance to hit a play, hit a field goal, and I'll take my chances in overtime.
Yep. Kevin Wilson agrees. But they're still out of the shotgun. I can't get over that. So overtime. First time this season that both Indiana and Michigan State are going to overtime. We've got extra football here at Memorial Stadium. The all-important coin toss. Let's take you there.
Men, we have the same coin, Sadler or Fultz? Sadler. Sadler, he calls. It's Fultz. Indiana wins the toss. Offense, defense, or what end of the field? You want to play defense. What end of the field do you want to play down? Down there. Okay, swing around here. You're going this way, right? You go down there on defense. Michigan State will start with the ball, first down.
So, let's get you up to speed, just in case this is your first overtime game of 2016. It's an exciting way to play it. I always think it's fair. Let's take a look at the overtime rules as Michigan State is going to start on offense. Each team's given one possession from the opponent's 25-yard line. Okay? Team leading after both possessions wins. That's fairly self-explanatory. If it's tied, we just keep on going. We'll do it again. Bottom line's enough on the important one. After the second overtime, if you score the touchdown, you got to go for the two-point
You got to go for two.
Yeah, the degree of difficulty gets ratcheted up a bit there. Now, this is how we got here. 7-0 game at the break. Michigan State was on top of Indiana at that point, and then things changed dramatically in the second half. Both offenses started to figure it out a bit. Richard Lagow, 276 yards after really not much of anything in the first half. He's accounted for all 3 of the touchdowns for Indiana.
And the reason you want to play defense first, because you know what the other guy did, so you know to play for a field goal or not. Both
sides get a timeout to work with here in overtime. Shelton in motion, they fake it to him. O'Connor, the keeper, and he's spun down rather rudely by Tony Fields. Indiana's defense has been really good tonight. The rain that we saw about 10 minutes ago is gone. Spartans taking their time.
Charge timeout, Michigan State. Their first timeout of this overtime period. That is also their last timeout. This will be a 30-second timeout.
You know, the last 2 possessions of the ball, you can see they've had some confusion on offense. And they're not really sure where to line up. L.J. Scott seems disgusted, but you know, Mark D'Antonio, seasoned head coach, very good head coach. He saw it out there. It's too critical of a time. Take a time, you know, you might have to burn your only timeout. Do it right now because you've got to be on the same page.
Second down and 7. O'Connor. Hoosiers draped on his back, and he goes down. Patrick Doherty. Loss of 4.
Looks like a broken play there. Yeah, I think L.J. Scott thought he was going to get the ball, and he didn't get it.
First sack by either team all night long.
Should I dare to say big play?
Huge play. O'Connor goes down! Hoff brings him to the turf. Back-to-back sacks for Indiana.
Yeah, the sack was made, and he was being held on that side, and look at that. Holding him, and he still got through there.
The ham and eggers looking like a Western omelet.
Yeah. And now look what we got.
Michael Geiger on 4th and 17, relegated to trying a 49-yard bomb. Geiger's kick. No good.
Now if you're Kevin Wilson, they're celebrating over there like they won the game. He said, hey fellas, wait a minute now. We can play for a field goal, but we got to get the field goal. We got to move the ball offensively, and if we can get a touchdown, so be it. Well, what a big defensive series.
Sacks by Doherty and Hoff. And Mark D'Antonio, that entire drive, all 3 plays were borderline disastrous. Indiana, they've got it 1st and 10 at the 25.
I would think they would go to Divine Redding here.
Michigan State's going to be looking to take the ball away. Redding covers up with a couple of hands. Barrels forward for 4. Remember, Malik McDowell, the best defensive player for Michigan State has been ejected from the game for targeting.
You don't want to be too conservative, but right now you feel you have a legitimate shot right where it is right now to win the game on a field goal. So just don't lose yards.
Redding. It'll bring up third down and short. Do you ever consider possibly bringing on the field goal unit on third down?
Oh, yeah. You know, if you have a guy, a sure shot guy, because what you do then, you put him out on third down, you say to the holder, if the snap isn't good, anything won't, just fall on it, and we'll come back and do it on fourth down. But I wouldn't say Indiana has an automatic field goal kicker.
This is interesting. Kevin Wilson is inserting Tyler Nady, a true freshman, into the game as the tailback behind Lagow.
I would venture to say he will not carry the ball.
That's a lot of trust in a true freshman. This is Nady. He keeps the football, but doesn't get the first down. Fourth down and 1. Michigan State does not have a timeout, so Michigan State cannot ice Griffin Oaks. Does Indiana call a timeout just to make sure everyone's on the same page? Oaks with a whole bunch of nothing. He's missed from 50 and 40.
Nady was out there and he's saying, let's go for it, let's go.
Oh, no.
I saw.
True freshman.
Yeah. Here it is.
Play clock is down to 6. 33-yarder for the win.
Yeah.
Charge timeout, Indiana. The first and only timeout of this overtime period. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Come on, coach, settle down. You got it. He's called timeout. You're all right.
He wants that old brass spittoon.
Yeah, he does.
Indiana's lost 7 straight against Michigan State. Last time they've owned the spittoon was 2006.
Now, you know, if his parents are in the stands and they're watching this, they can't even watch. They're more nervous than he is.
Rain has stopped. The snapper, Dan Godzel. Mitchell Page with the sticky fingers. He's the holder. Nope, I apologize. It's now Joseph Gideon as the holder. 33-yard attempt for the win.
Missed it.
No good. Oh, there's flags. Multiple flags flying.
See if they pulled.
It was a 4th down and 1. If this is against Michigan State, it'll be a first down.
Personal foul, leaping, defense number 34. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Critical mistake made by the Spartans. It's Drake Martinez. It's the second time he's been called for a special teams penalty tonight.
Well, it used to be you couldn't step on your own guy. Now you're not allowed to leap like that for the safety of yourself landing on your head when you're blocked. Critical error.
Second special teams penalty against Drake Martinez tonight. And that's going to move the ball inside the 10. Now, you go for the touchdown?
Yes. I'm only saying because they missed. He should have made that field goal. He didn't miss it because the guy leaped.
Out of the pistol. The true freshman, Nady barrels forward inside the 5. This is enormous trust that a guy who had carried the football 3 times coming into this one. This would be a wonderful win for Indiana if they can secure it. Nady struggling. Keeps the ball. It's 3rd down.
Yeah, if he doesn't score, we're talking about an extra point. That's what we're talking about now.
Timeout for injured player.
Oh, that's the last thing Michigan State needs. Already playing without Riley Bulla and John Reschke, to have another starting linebacker, Chris Fry.
In case something's wrong, they would just fall on it.
20-yarder for Griffin Oaks to win the game. And it's over. Indiana, they take home the old brass spittoon. Heck of a scene here at Memorial Stadium. Indiana, they knock off the 17th ranked team in the country, and they do it in style. They played a solid second half and overtime.
Well, they did, and I know I sound like a broken record, but I think we'll look back on this day in the Kevin Wilson era, and they may be coming of age. I know there's a lot of coaches around the league because what they've done offensively, if they can play that type of defense week in and week out, look out.